Okay. Hey, I'm Krista Wags. You are listening to MSP Sound on KFAI, and I have WannaBianca via Zoom. Hey, hey, hey.
Hi.
A hey for each of you.
Yeah.
I love it. Y'all are here to talk about your brand new release. The Belly EP just came out a couple weeks ago. Very exciting.
Yes.
Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you.
And before we get into that, how about we all take a second, introduce yourselves and tell us like what you do in the band. You don't have to go deeper than that.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm Hallie. I play bass and sing, and I wrote the lyrics for the song for this EP.
Yeah. I'm Kyle. I play the guitar. Hallie mostly like writes the songs, and then I kind of write just like the guitar parts and like embellish, I guess.
Incredible embellishments.
Yes, great embellishment.
I'm Carl, and I make noise on the drums. And they seem to like it, so I just keep going.
We love it.
He makes great drum noise, yes.
Great drum noise. So you're not getting kicked out anytime soon. That's good. Well, let's talk about Belly. How did this happen? And, before we get too into it, I just want to say thank you so much for putting out new music during this time. We all need something fun and something new to listen to. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was just going to say it's good to hear that because it's like a weird time to put out music. And I think even like me and Hallie had a couple conversations earlier this summer when we were like making everything, where it was kind of like, like there's so many like important, huge things going on that like it did feel kind of weird to put out music, but at the same time, we know that, there's people who just need something too, and we kind of needed to do that also to like just keep ourselves like occupied and not just like totally distracted by all the like crazy stuff. So
there's a good amount of, I think, like angsty, like maybe even I want to say anger in some of our music, and I think that kind of shines through that like you got to have a healthy outlet for some of those feelings sometimes, and music is a really good one.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much all we could do this summer was play music, and like Kyle said, when we like it started to really like form, it was really like we were like, okay, we want to put this out, but like how do we put it out in a way that doesn't like, we don't want to like go too heavy on the promotion and take away from like all the real big issues that are happening and stuff. And I think we did an okay job at it, and I think, like Kyle said too, it's just like just having like something to share with people just felt really good, it's like, this is what we've been doing with our quarantine time. And so, but how did it all come together? I hadn't written music in like years probably. As you know, I was in Nova Human for about a year, and towards the end of that, I just was really getting the urge to like do more stuff, and I just felt like I didn't have enough time to like focus on my own stuff while I was in another band. So that's kind of why I decided to leave. And in the past, I've always just really like taken myself musically like too seriously, and you can always tell when somebody's trying really hard to make good music. It just kind of doesn't feel natural. And this in this year, like I really started to well, I don't know how to say this.
Well, I can kind of like give some input like from the outside. Like it just seemed like you started doing this kind of just like egoless, like having fun on the bass, because you like Hallie only started playing bass like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And
gosh.
yeah,
It's amazing.
Thank you.
We didn't have because our bass player was being.
Well, I guess, yeah, that was 2 years ago. I only picked it up because we wanted to do a Cranberries cover band. So he's the drummer from the Cranberries cover band.
Oh!
Yeah, which is actually how we met Nova Human.
Yeah.
We played together that night.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
I know. So it was just impossible to get that many people together. Like, it was like this like 6 or 7 people like trying to do this Cranberries cover band, and like we kept flipping bass players and nobody would ever commit. And finally we got offered a Saturday night show at the Kitty Cat Club just on a whim, and it was like, I'm just gonna fucking learn. Oh, sorry. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna stink and learn bass. And you know, it took kind of a long time, but like I always wanted to play an instrument while I sang too. And yeah, and then over the course of the summer, like we all just kind of like formed naturally again. It was like, do we want to start jamming again? And it started out really casual. And then
that was the rule when we started.
That was the rule. We only play if it's fun. Yeah. And then I finally started getting some like cutesy, clever lyrics going, and Kyle and I did a lot of like bass and guitar sessions together. And Carl like needs no practice ever. Like literally we'll just like come with a song and Carl's like, you know, like he's just so like, we just really click musically, and we're all pretty different too. It's kind of funny, but like just when we're like playing music together, we're like just a solid unit. And yeah, that's how it happened.
Wow. That's very beautiful. It's very magical.
Thank you.
Oh, this all came together. And then, I love the EP. And yes, Hallie, love that you're the bass player and that the songs are very bass centric. So everything you said all just kind of makes sense and goes together. It's like, ooh, that's a sweet bass part. Like the first track where it's like, I know I'm not saying it right, but I was just trying to sound like a bass, but
you sound exactly like a bass.
Right. You're like, wait, is that a bass interviewing?
Is that a bass guitar? Did you swallow a bass
one
guitar?
under the camera there. I know it.
Well, it's great. So you, again, it's 2020, enough said.
Yeah.
And just really hard to put out music, but you know, you did anyways. I love it. You had fun. It's a great EP. Anything else in the works for this year? What do you got cooking?
Probably not for this year.
Yeah.
So maybe that live stream thing.
Yeah, you know, we have so we just got featured today on this melodic, I think it's called Melodic Noise Media. They're just like a small kind of like collective of, you know, they do like music reviews and stuff of Twin Cities musicians, and they put us on their playlist today and suggested we do a live stream with this other really cool group called the Bloodies, which I never heard of until today, but they're awesome.
God, I love them. Yes.
Yes, yeah, they're super cool. So that, I mean, again, now I'm just kind of back to square one, where I'm just trying to like plunk out new bass melodies and like kind of build songs from there, but nothing solid really. I mean, this was the biggest project any of us had done, like, you know, just with all the recording and the mixing and mastering and stuff like that, and having to do it all at home and on a budget. It really took a lot of work for us, and you know, we just feel really proud of it, and just are like, I don't know, I think just kind of good, just we're just in a little lull right now, and you know, that's okay, I think. Yeah,
absolutely, that is completely fine. Is there a date for this live stream, or is this just brand new?
No, this was just suggested by the guy who runs Melodic Noise. It was like, we were like, I mean, yeah, totally, because it's just another, you know, after you record music, it's kind of like, wow, I don't want to play this music anymore. Because we've been listening to it on repeat, these 5 songs, and the EP's only 15 minutes long, so it's like, we kind of beat it into the ground. But yeah, you know, I will definitely be posting about it if it ever happens. So yeah, fingers crossed.
Okay, so we'll look for that live stream. The EP's out. Okay, so you all recorded and mastered this all from a home? Someone's home?
Yeah, all from this closet.
Oh my gosh.
See, I got my padding in here.
Oh my gosh.
Like, old microphone in there. And then
Carl's basement.
Yep, we actually, that was like the most exciting thing for us, I think, with this was figuring out how to like record live drums, because we obviously don't have the equipment for that or the money to like go into a studio and record live drums. And my buddy Corey Lawrence, he does sound engineer stuff on the side, and he had all the like proper mics for drum recording. So he like came and set everything up in Carl's basement, and yeah, we like did all the drum tracks there. It was just so cool, and we were just so happy with how they turned out. So yeah, but it was all DIY home recording.
I love it. I think that makes me love the album just a smidge more. I didn't think I could. That's so cool. Well, thank you for doing all that. I know I'm not the only person listening to the album, but I'm like,
fingers crossed.
Yeah. But that's so cool that you really did do that. I've talked to artists recently during all of this who have put out albums, and a lot of them were, we just recorded it just before lockdown or whatever. So you have a great job with your quarantine. I'm just buying weird stuff and reading a lot of books.
I mean,
we've been
that's
doing that too.
Yeah. Lots of purchases. Yeah, actually, this was a quarantine purchase, this couch. And there's a new shag rug beneath us, too. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of buying things to make the house comfortable. Yeah.
You got to do it. Well,
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, you have any other fun facts you want to share with us?
About the EP, I don't know. I guess, I mean, one big part of it, I think, too, was just, like, this was the first year, this year and, like, the end of last year, like, I don't know, I don't want to go into too much detail because it's kind of embarrassing, but I had a lot of party problems. I guess that's a nice way of saying it. Like to get wrecked in my 20s. I spent a lot of my 20s very, very, very messed up. And this summer, like I had taken like a sobriety class. Of course it was a quarantine thing, and it was really, and started going to therapy every week, and started like just doing less and less, drugs, and drinking a lot less. And it was like a really scary place to be in for a long time, because it's like, what do I do with all my time? And with like a lot of therapy, it just started to be like, okay, well, maybe I can actually do the things I've been wanting to do for like my entire 20s, like learning how to play music. And like, maybe it doesn't have to be this thing where you have to produce something like that's amazing right away, and just like learning to be patient with yourself. And that is really kind of like the heart of this album. And that's, yeah, I don't know what else to say about it.
That's the best way. I mean, that's like the best thing about the kind of dynamic we have, is like the most fun I think we all have is when we just kind of like start playing something and it's just like a improv kind of jam. Like there's a song on the EP called Halloween Summer, and that literally was like created in like at once, like just because that's what we have the most fun doing, and like not overthinking things, and not being super hard on ourselves about how something sounds, or if it's like dumb, or
the unwritten rule of our band practices is that we have to record the first thing that we play.
Yeah.
Yes.
As soon as we're tuned up, we just kind of start going, and it's usually the best thing that we play all day.
Seriously.
It is.
Yeah, like we've made a lot of just fun little whatever songs that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, Halloween Summer was like the one song that wasn't like, that was complete improv, that obviously we worked to make actually listenable, but yeah, it was just completely on the spot. And another funny thing too is like Crop Top, for instance, I had written that I think almost like well over a year ago. It was like the depths of last winter, and it was like a really dark time, and like I had tried to play that song with like 2 or 3 different groups of people, and it sounded awful. It just like would not, I was like, why won't this song sound like how I want it to sound? And the very first time I played it for these guys, it was just like, oh yeah, we feel it. And it was immediately like a song. Like it was just like so cool. So yeah.
Oh, I love hearing that. Those stories. Sometimes it is those songs where it's just like, and they're the best ones.
Yes, yeah.
Doesn't take a lot. Well, WannaBianca, thank you so much for joining me. And we will rock you. I didn't mean to say that. Look for their EP. It is available on all the streams in Bandcamp called Belly.
Mm-hmm.
There's a live stream that will be coming out soon. We scheduled soon. Yeah. I'm just going to be optimistic. It's coming soon.
It's coming.
Look for it.
Yes.
And yeah, thank you all for joining me.